Hi everyone, today I will be making a neon colored care package. I'm going to start off by sending the cut file I made to my Silhouette Cameo. The Cameo will do most of the hard work for me, which is awesome, and it only takes a little bit of time before it's ready. Okay, so I already have the first two care package flaps peeled off the cutting mat and ready to go here. I will peel off the last two so you guys can see how easy it is to make awesome care package decorations with an electronic die cutting machine. Simply start in one corner and work your way across. I should also mention that I use my Cameo for other crafts as well. It just comes in handy when I'm working with paper crafts and I don't want to hand cut or fussy cut anything. On this particular file, I also put in a cut line that would cut my 12 by 12 cardstock in half so I wouldn't have to do it later. And if you're having trouble peeling some parts off, you can also use this little hook tool to help with some tricky spots. And if your paper is curling after you peeled it, simply set it aside and put some heavy books on top for about an hour or so to help flatten it. I picked up a pack of paper from Michael's craft store that had the colors I needed. This pack was on sale and I used a military discount. If you don't have military ID, keep a lookout for their coupons because you can save anywhere from 25 to 40% on regular price items. For this care package, I will be using the negative cut of the black cardstock as my foreground and the neon colors for my background. I will simply measure the correct sizes I need and then cut with my paper trimmer or scissors and adhere the neon colored paper to the back of the black cardstock. And instead of doing one color paper for each flap, I'm going to be using two colors for each flap. So I'll start with covering the words first. I'm just marking what I need with my pencil and then using my paper trimmer to trim it down to size. I'm also using my Tombow stamp runner. I think it's one of the easiest ways to adhere pieces of paper together. It's the quickest and least messiest to me. I'm making sure to get all of the nooks and crannies so it looks cleaner and it's least likely to come apart during shipping. Then it's a matter of taking your cardstock and lining it up with the front of your cardstock to make sure it's even. And of course, I'm not perfect, so if this happens to you, just take a pair of scissors and trim off the excess that you have. It'll be like it never even happened. See? Voila! Now I'm just going to repeat the process with the rest of the cardstock and care package flaps. You don't necessarily have to change up the colors here. I just saw this pack of paper in the store and immediately knew that I wanted this care package to be as bright and as loud as possible. I wanted to show you this next piece because the green cardstock didn't cover the word shouldn't horizontally, so I just put the paper at a 45-degree angle to make sure it did. If you're doing this technique, definitely keep the scraps. It is highly unlikely that anyone will ever see the back of this care package flap, so you can just reuse the scraps to help cover the rest of the open spots. In total, I use one piece of 8.5 by 11 colored cardstock per flap, so a total of 4 pieces of cardstock. That way I can save the rest of the paper pack for another project. Just gonna finish up this flap and then it's on to the next one. So over here is the last colored cardstock is the paint colored cardstock, going around the corners here and adhering that pink cardstock right across. Now I will be covering the triangles of each care package flap with a different color. This is where your scraps can come in handy and you can definitely save some paper here. Same process, just mark with the pencils the different sizes you need, use your paper trimmer or scissors, cut it to size, and then adhere it. One tip if you will be doing this technique is to do your best to avoid any seams when you're covering the open spots. As you can see here where I originally marked it, there's a seam coming across that fourth triangle from the top. So I'll just move it slightly down to avoid having a seam. Again, it's highly unlikely that the person receiving this care package will ever look at the back of the flap. So who cares what it looks like from the back, right? Okay, on to the third care package flap. I'm just using the remainder of that pink cardstock. This is a great project if you have any scrap paper lying around. It could be construction paper, it could be scrapbook paper, just anything will work. I'm just taping the part of the O that I forgot there. And now this is my last care package flap. I'm just adding the orange on, doing my best to make sure there aren't any seams, and voila! It's all done. Super easy. This project maybe took from start to finish like 30 minutes. Well, if you have a die cutting machine, of course. No shame in my game. I'm going to use technology in any way I can to be as efficient as possible in this process. The inspiration for this care package actually came from a frat party in college that I went to. It's since become an inside joke with me and my husband. So when he gets this one, I'm sure he's going to love it and love the phrase that's on it. If you're interested in the supplies I use in making this care package, they're always listed below and on the blog. Thanks!